The bad boy is her fantasy. The good guy is her reality. When it comes to exploring men in the dating world, females are not always consistent with what they say they want and what they actually go for. Most women get caught up in the allure of a man's physical fit body or his bad boy aura. But once most females have developed a deeper conscience and become more mature and wiser, their choices in men become more smarter. It goes from her wants, needs, and desires being more on the surface level, like the guy's flashy style, bad boy image. He's spontaneous. Spontaneous meaning he lives on the edge. He takes chances, and that keeps things exciting because there's hardly ever a routine. He's adventurous. He's a rebel. His sex is great. He's an unsolved puzzle that she can never put all the pieces together. So once she smartens up, it becomes more evident that in life, or when it comes to finding and building real love, it's the good guys who end up being the best choice. They finish last, but with the best choice. What made her come to that conclusion? Part of it has to do with her getting broke down and worn out, mentally, emotionally, and physically from those bad boys. But the other part has a lot to do with that the good guy checks off every box on her list. All of the most important, serious things like competence, confidence, consistency, trust, loyalty, stability, security, and commitment. But he also has all those small things that really separate him from most of her bad boy lovers. The important things, what keeps her around, but those small things, it what keeps her attracted and interested in him. Number one, he knows how to talk to her. He knows how to talk to her. The good guy knows exactly how to compliment her, not just her physical assets, but her intangibles and qualities. He knows the proper words to use and how to use them. To the things he says and how they make her feel on the inside. Things about herself, her beauty, sex appeal, and about her life. Those are the type of compliments that reflect more of what he sees in her than on her. And that separates him from the rest of her exes. She used to have all kind of guys that would tell her how good she looks in a dress and how it fits her and shows off all her curves. And that used to win her over. But hold on. But the guy, the good guy, pays close attention to detail and tells her things like how he admires her drive, determination, hustle on each day she approaches her job. He appreciates how she treats strangers with respect and kindness, and that's how he secures her attention and interest. That's how he secures her attention and interest. She knows when the good guy says she's beautiful, authentic, and inspiring, he's describing her energy, sense of humor, and outlook. That lifts her spirits, gives her that boost she needed, even when she wasn't expecting it, just out the blue. Just got her spirits lifted just out the blue. See, he know the right things to say, the proper things to say, and when to say them. Number two, he has a keen eye on small details. Another great intangible he has is his ability to pay close attention to, not just to things she says, but how she does the things she does and all the odd things that make her who she naturally is. That's her habits, personality, and behaviors. Whenever they're out together, he notices she never eats onions on her burger. She takes the crust off her sandwiches, and her favorite drink is Sprite. He really paying attention. He lets her know he likes her hair straight when most times she keeps it curled. He asks her questions about projects she was working on, or how did those plans work out she planned to present on her job. He challenges her, not chases her. He enlightens her, not just entertains her. Helps her mind float and not keep her stagnant. That's important. Those are the kind of things that keep her attracted and attached to him because it shows genuine care, support, and attention beyond just the surface level. It shows he really listens and pays attention to her, not just because she's a woman, but because she's who she is. Number three, the good guy has imperfections she likes. Most women's ideal man would be the tallest, most sexiest, most impeccable dresser, or most physically built guy in the room. Now, that's just a fantasy that they would love to entertain. That's just a fantasy they would love to entertain. Because one guy having everything is impossible to find. As she matures and gets more serious, she wants a man that owns his imperfections and isn't trying to hide them or overcompensate. She wants a man that feels comfortable in his own skin. He's confident when he walks in a room full of people, and she's secure in when introducing him to her loved ones and people like her co-workers and all that. Her co-workers, her best friends, her family, to the people she's close to in her that she loves, like in her love life. Good guys, nice guys, or regular guys, no matter who he is, has to understand what he's working with, what he got, and always put his best foot forward. A truly confident man doesn't rely on his face, wallet, or physique alone, even if he could. And he puts efforts into presenting himself well to other people, women, out of respect to himself. Not because he cares what people think about him. That's just who he is at heart and how he stays true to who he is as a man. That is most important. That's the kind of things that make him even more attractive in her eyes. He owns who he is. That's most important, man. Owning who you are. Just owning who you are. Imperfections and all. Number 4. He's a competent, consistent listener and communicator. Consistent communication is a very big deal. He knows how to listen, to comprehend, not reply. He's consistent on getting back to her, not weeks later, doesn't disappear in the middle of the serious or simple conversation, asks her questions about herself, and tries to always find out more about her, trying to get to the core of who she is. Her likes and dislikes, wants, needs, fears, fantasies, desires, dreams, and goals. This doesn't just keep him on her mind, but it makes him more dependable and not disposable. And that's considered sexy in her eyes. She used to look for the knight in shining armor, but knowing that the good guy is willing to be the one, if or when time presents itself, whether it's needing a serious or personal opinion, willing to provide support or encouragement or proper guidance and directions. That provides her a level of security in him, knowing that she can always get some proper constructive criticism or knowledge and wisdom, makes him mentally and emotionally dependable. Number 5. He enlightens her by teaching her different things. Tall, dark, chocolate, and sexy is all good when she's 20 and looking for a nice time between the sheets. But she does reach a point in her life as she evolves more maturely, mentally, and emotionally, when she starts looking to settle down and finding a man to establish a solid foundation and build off that foundation. While it might not have been the first thing she used to search for or recognize in her past relationships, now since she's slowed down, see, that was a phase with the bad boy. That was a phase, but now since she's slowed down, she holds a deep appreciation for all the important things she learned from her good man since she's had time to reflect on her past mistakes. He introduced her to different types of music, how to budget, save, and invest her money, and not just be irresponsible with it. How to take ownership of her wrongdoings and bad decisions. That's important. That's maturing, growing up, reflecting, looking in the mirror. How to understand certain sports, how to shoot pool, how to remove herself from bad influences and bad habits, so she could become a better, smarter, wiser version of herself, because she recognizes the good guy she's with is actually her fantasy in reality. Let me go do that again. Now she recognizes the good guy she's with is actually her fantasy in reality she's been longing for after all. So I'll just look at that. When she's with the bad boy, most females, when they're with bad boys, it's just a little phase they go through. You know, they want the guy that's, adventurous. He's a rebel. He got that bad boy aura, that bad boy image. It's just a phase they go through. You know what I'm saying? But as she, I'll say most now. I mean, I'm not all, but most, or a few of them, as they grow up and mature, more mentally, and just grow up, they want the type of guy like Russell Wilson. They want the guy, man, that's he's stable, consistent, financial security. He good with, he's good with kids. He's mature, responsible, accountable. Like I said, consistent, competent. He has competence. Good skills and talented. He's successful at. That's the type of guy they go for. As they mature and get older, because like I say, the same thing for a guy, like most guys. You might like the woman that's, more promiscuous. Promiscuous. She's a freak, stuff like that. Real promiscuous, That's the guy, that's the female that most times that we go after, real freaky. We ain't trying to get, settled down right then in our 20s. But as we grow older and mature, we want the woman, man, that, you know, she's responsible, accountable, like I said, consistent, classy, man. You know what I'm saying? Real mature, real respectful, real responsible. You see what I'm saying, like that? So that's why I believe females go after the bad boys early on. You know what I'm saying? That's just a phase they go through early on. But now, you still have some females, man, up in their 30s, still chasing the so-called wannabe bad boys. You know what I'm saying? But in Ciara's case, she went through the bad boy phase. You know, Bow Wow, let me see. Well, he didn't really know bad boy, but Bow Wow, he was a grown male at the time. He was still young, immature. Let me see. I think she dated 50 Cent for a little while. Future. Who was the other guys? You know, she had a few guys, but then, you know, after she got done with that phase and she grew up, you know, like I say, a woman's core preference is biological and socioeconomics. And that's the man that she got with. They had that for her. It's Russell Wilson. He had all that. Consistency, you know what I'm saying? Responsible. Real mature, man. Real mature. Now, she might run the house. What I believe she do, run his house. And he is, he like to compromise a lot. I can already tell that. Like, he let her have her way, you know, whatever we can do to make things work out, he with that. I don't think he challenged her too much, you know. Just not too much. I believe he just, he compromise and don't challenge her. But I think he enlightens her. I believe that because he has been around for a while. You know, he do know a lot. So I believe that. And like I say, the core of a woman's preference is biological, socioeconomics. And she got that with Russell Wilson. And a lot of women, not a whole lot, but a lot of women do. I mean, most women do. When they get towards that certain age, man, 30, 35, 40, man, really like I say starting in their 30s. They start wanting a guy, more stable, man, more grounded. You know what I'm saying? More like, confident, consistent, He does what he say he gonna do. He makes promises and come through on them. You know what I'm saying? They want a guy like that as they get older. Because like I say, our wants, needs, and desires change from 20 to 30 and 40. You see what I'm saying? So, Ciara said, I'm done with the bad boy phase. And I believe other females will follow her lead also. Megan Thee Stallion, she going through the bad boys right now. But as she develops a deeper conscience, I believe her wants and needs and desires will change. She'll start wanting a guy with social economics, stuff like that. Mature, wiser, knowledgeable, man, like Russell Wilson. Real knowledgeable, man, wise, and just can enlighten her mind more than just entertain her. That's what grown males do. They more of entertainers. But a grown man, oh, man, he really got competence, man, knowledge, wisdom, man. I'm talking about, woo, man, can enlighten you, man. I'm talking about whatever. I always provide an answer to her question marks in her head. That's most important, man. You always provide answers to all the question marks in her head. That's important. But players, she going through her bad boy phase, Now the bad boy is her fantasy, but the good guy is a reality. So once you get through with that bad boy phase, now they say nice guys finish last, but we are the best choices. I give us that now. We might finish last, but we the best choices. So players, the bad boy is our fantasy, the good guy is our reality.